Now we need to download Jenkins on our EC2 Jenkins server. So for that we need to we will go to we need to go to download Jenkins, and then here very on the very first website we need to choose the CentOS this red hat, and then we need to copy these commands. We are already in the sudo directory, so we are not using a sudo. Yeah, and after that we need to use this command. Now we need to install Jenkins on our Jenkins server. So when this complete, so now we will enable our Jenkins like with this command system. System cd enable. So yeah, started. So now we need to access our Jenkins onto the web browser. So we will copy this public IPv4 and we'll have to paste it here. And we have to give the port number. So we are hosting it on 8080. So our Jenkins will start. So actually I'm doing it first time. So for this, like it is asking for administration password. So we need this command. We need to copy this. I need to paste here with get, and this password will come. We need this password. Actually, it is asking for the administration password. This is the administration password. Now it's copied. We need to paste it here. After that, it will. So it started. So we need to install the registered plugins first. Just 1 minute. Install registered plugins. You need to wait here. So after clicking on it, suggested plugins will start installing automatically. I will. So now. So we will create our account. Let's give email address. 7 continue. Okay, so instance configuration. Okay, 7 finish. Start using Jenkins. So in the Jenkins, we need to first we have to set up something. So in the manage Jenkins system, we will configure system. No, sorry, we need to. Yeah, sorry, we need to manage the plugins. Yeah, this one. And after that, we need to install data available. So like in available, we need the SSH. Oh, yeah, publish over SSH. We need to install this. So install, yeah, download and install after install without restart. After the installation done, we need to restart Jenkins. Installation is complete. This will take some time. We need to wait. So after that, it will redirect us to the login window. We need to log in again. So yeah, this is our home page. Not now. So as of now, we have only the Jenkins server. So we are starting our Ansible. We are setting up our Ansible server also. So actually, if I'm mainly focusing on the Jenkins server here. So if I talk about the Ansible and whatever instances completely, it will take more time. So actually, so I'm doing it. I'm pausing my video and doing it. Okay, I will tell it one more time. Like, so yeah, we need to copy the public IPv4 address or whichever instance you want to start. So now we need the putty. In that putty, we need to paste the host IP address, and in the color says I need a white background, so I'm using the system color. And for the connection, in the connection, the SSH authentication, we are using that private key. And now we are setting it up. We are saying it yes. We are logging it as a EC2 user. In that, yeah, we are getting as a root. In that, we for not writing every time sudo, we are doing the cd command. So yeah, we need to set up the Ansible with some few commands, like we need to install then start. Yeah, so like we need to go to this command here. We need this command like, yeah. So it will install Ansible. I'm pausing video. So now we are setting up the web server. So this the first one is our the Jenkins server. The second is our Ansible server. We have made it ready, and now we have the third is our web server. So we are logging in as a EC2 user. We need to install the Apache. So like it will be. We are installing the server here. After that, we are starting the service, and now we need to enable the service. So we will do it by, yeah. So this is the basic setup which I have told you. So like this is our Ansible server. So for making it a wireless, for making it a keyless connection between this web server of connecting this Ansible server to web server without password, we are making this as a keyless, like passwordless authentication. For that we need to generate the key. So the command is ssh-keygen. After that key generate, we need to, yeah, like key generate, then okay. I have already created, so I'm overriding it, and yeah, passphrase, just simply leave it. So this is our key has been generated. So we will try to log in our web server with ssh- copy id minus I root correct. So yeah, and that we need to copy the private IP address of the web server, and so we are trying to log in from our Ansible server into the web server. So it says permission denied because we have not set our password of the root and the web server. So we will set password the root here. The new password will be, so I've set the password here, and now I will try to log in again from the Ansible server to the web server. Just 1 minute. Actually, it is still showing permission denied. So we need to change some. We have to make some changes in the web servers. So like we have to open the SSHD configuration file. In that we need to make some like this. We have to uncomment it as a permit root login. We need to make it yes. And one more thing we need to do is here, yeah, password authentication. So we need the password authentication. So we have to make it yes. Now right in file. So now see if we now we are trying it again. This one. It is still showing permission denied. Actually, we need to restart to make our setting, to save our setting. We need to restart our system. This is CTL. Okay. So yeah, our system has been restarted for this server. Now I'm again trying to log into the web server. So yeah, this now asking the password which we have set for the web server. So yeah, so now we are now able to log in into the. No, we have created a passwordless authentication. So now when we write command like ssh root, we can copy this simply. Root at the rate of 172.31.32.160. So now we have logged in from our Ansible server to the web server without password. So this way we have created a passwordless authentication. We need to make it in between the Jenkins and Ansible server also. So I'm skipping that part and I will do it here. So after we have logged into the web server, we are just trying to log, and now we are able to log in. So we are exiting it again. Now we are back to our Ansible server. So after creating the password authentication between our Jenkins server to our Ansible server and Ansible server to our web server, we need to create an playbook file in our Ansible. So for that we need to make a directory. For that we are making that playbook file in our source code directory. So for that we are made to make a folder there with the with mkdir source code, and then we have jumped into the source code, and then we have we have created a playbook file of YML extension, and that we have defined a task which Ansible is going to execute. So for that, for host we have put the all here, and the task is to copy, and for copy we have put a source like where so like whatever we are going to build, its output is going to become an index.html. So we have already written index.html, and our destination is like we have given in the destination is where www.html. So it is a web file where our output is going to show. So now we need to configure our GitHub with the Jenkins. So first, so this is our repository which we have made in the master branch, and so we need to copy the code for code of our repository from here. And so now we need to configure our Jenkins, so that we are going to configure here. So this is the API token. So we need to configure this with the help of webhook. So we are generating a token. So we are copying it, and so now for this repository we are going to in the setting, and we are creating a webhook. In the webhook we have already have a webhook. We are going to delete it. So now we don't have any webhook, so we are creating a new webhook here. So we need the okay. So first of all, we are going here, and we need this URL till the 8080. We are pasting it here, and we need to write here GitHub webhook, and content type should be JSON. And this is the secret. So secret is like secret is the API token. We are copying it from here and now pasting it here, and so yeah, everything. Now first after generating the API token, we need to apply it and save it, and then we need to add webhook here. So we are refreshing our page. We need to see what happens here. It should be green. So actually we need to put a slash also. Let me update my webhook and then refresh the page. Okay, our webhook is showing error, so we need to create it once again. Okay, so we need to add webhook here, and now we need to copy the address from here, pasting it here, and we need to write GitHub webhook. We need to put a slash after it, and it should be JSON for secret. We are revoking it. Now generating a new token, copying it, applying it, save it, then go to webhook and paste the secret here, and add webhook here. So yeah, our webhook is generated here. Somebody please mute your mic. So yeah, our webhook is created when we see a green tick here. Now we will go to Jenkins. Now we will come to our dashboard, and then we need to create a new job, and we can give the name here is like a first freestyle project, clicking on the freestyle project and then putting in a okay here, and it takes time. So yeah, so we are taking our code. Our code will be the Jenkins is going to take the source code from our Git. So we are choosing the Git option here, and we need to give the repository URL. So we are going to the code, and then we need to give this repository's URL address. So we paste it here URL. It will give so it is giving some error. Actually, in our Jenkins server, we need to install Git. Yeah, it's completed. Now we need to refresh our page. We will test our Git repository once again. Yeah, so now no issues, and our branch is a master, so we will leave it as it is. And but for build trigger, we are choosing to build GitHub hook trigger for GIT's SCM polling. So why we are choosing these options as whenever developer will commit any change and whenever it pushes, our Jenkins is going to trigger. So we are choosing this option. Now in the build environment, and in the build we need to send file or execute command over SSH. So we will leave it here only. We will do it later. We need to save it. Okay, so let me check it once again. configuration. Yeah, everything is here. So yeah, we will save it once again, and now we will build it. So to see our repository is being linked here or not. Actually, I've done it 2 times. So yeah, it is showing the success of console output. So we can check in our console output. Yeah, so it is fetching from our GitHub repository, and it has made a folder in our Jenkins server as in the workspace. When whatever we do is come into the workspace folder of Jenkins server, and the name of our project was first. The name of the job was first, so it is showing that it has built a workspace there. So yeah, it is successfully running. So we need now it is successfully running. So after this, we are going to back to our project. Now first we are going to the dashboard. So here we are going to configure our system, and that we are adding 2 servers. So yeah, so we are adding SSH server. Name will be, we are writing here as like Jenkins, and host name, host for host name we need to go here. The host will be the private IP address of the Jenkins server, and close this tab. Yes, and the username will be host, and it was. So we are using password authentication. So using the password which we have created there. Actually, I've created a password all in the Jenkins server also. We can authenticate it using the key also, but we are using it with the password only. We need to test the configuration. Failed to initiate destination. Message authentication failed. So our password, we need to check our password. Okay, so just a minute. I've created the password here. Oh, system restart. So we have restarted again SSHD. We need to check what we have made mistake here. So Jenkins showing here. So the username should be root here. It's by mistake I've written. So the test configuration. Yeah, so it is showing success, and we are further also need the Ansible server. So we are adding it that also. Ansible hostname is private IP address of the Ansible server. Private IP address now. Test. Username is the root. For advanced configuration, we are using password authentication. Password is our. Okay. So we will take the configuration. Yeah, it is a success again. Okay. So we will apply. Save the configuration. So we have added the SSH server into our Jenkins. Now we are we are using that to server in our project. So we have open our project, and then we are configuring it, and then we need yeah. So we need send files or execute command over SSH, and that we have these 2 options which that server which we have added recently. So we are building it. So now we are in our project. So we are building it with, we are adding the server. So like what we are doing here is like send file or execute command over SSH. For that we have added 2 server Ansible and Jenkins. So now we are using the Jenkins server. So yeah, we are providing a command. The command will be like rsync -avh slash where. So actually what we have to do is, this is our Jenkins server. So in the Jenkins server we need to go to /where /lib /Jenkins, and that we are in the Jenkins server. So these are the files which are present in the Jenkins server. So as I have built one first time, so now workspace directory has been created here. So what now we have to do is, sorry, cd workspace. Now we are in the workspace directory, and we have created our this is our first our job, and job name is first. So we are now going into these are the 2 files which get copied from our repository here. These are the 2 files. So we need to copy this path. this is the path we need to give here. So now we have created a so now after we have built the first time, now these two files come into our workspace directory of Jenkins server. So now we need to copy this file to this is into the Jenkins server. So we need to copy this file into the Ansible server. So for that we are writing command here. So for that first we are copying the path here from here. Just, yeah. So it's get copied. Now we need to paste the path here. So what we are doing is we need to copy the file from our workspace directory and need to paste it on the Ansible server. So in the the name of our job is first. From there we have HTML file that name as index. So we are giving this like whichever HTML file we have need to be copied to the now the file gets copied from here, and now where we have to paste. So we are giving the address. So we need to copy it to the Ansible server. So we need the private IP address of that this and need to paste here. Okay. So in Ansible where we need to copy. Okay. So this is our Ansible server. So okay, so in that we have created the playbook, and so it's state that we need to copy the file from opt/index.html and send it to the web server. So now currently it does not have an index.html in its OTP folder. I will show you. So now we can see that in the OPT folder of Ansible, so Ansible server, there is no file name index. So now we are going to copy that index file from our Jenkins server to Ansible server in our OTP folder. So we are giving the path as like opt/index.html, and yes. So yeah, so just we need to apply, save, then we need to build. Actually, we can see that our output, our build was not stable. We need to find what we have made mistake. So we need to configure it again. So yeah, it need here should be .html. Okay. So whatever HTML file will be there in the first folder of workspace directory of Jenkins need to be copied to the opt index.html of Ansible server. So supply, save, and we are building it. Build now. We need to again check what we have done here. Let me check it again. Configure. So actually it should be rsync. I misspelled it. Need to apply. Save. Now we need to build it again. Yeah. So you can see it. Our build was successful. Success console output. Yeah. So what we have done is copied our file to the Ansible server. So now we are checking in our Ansible server. So like we can see that in previously in OPT folder we don't have any index.html. Now we will check it again. So as you can see in our OPT directory of Ansible server we have index.html. Okay, we can access it. We can check what contains it. Index.html. So whatever we have written in our whatever we have here in our repository of in index.html file of demo repository has been copied to the Ansible into the Ansible index file. So now we are going back to our project. Now we will add some things. We are going to add into our project. So like now what we have done here is regarding the build. Now we are adding post build action. So after getting copied into the Ansible, what we need to do, we will doing it here. So now so now after our successful build we are now going to add to the post build action. So after building what task we need to assign, so we have a playbook file. So let me show you source code, and in that we have playbook.yml. So after so in the Ansible opt folder we have copied the index.html file from the Jenkins server. So now we are copying it again with the help of playbook file. We are copying the index.html from Ansible to the destination of web server. So just 1 minute. Yeah. So in the where directory of www directory of the in that HTML file, let me show you that there is no file as of now. So we are going to the slash where slash www slash HTML. In that HTML folder, we don't have any file as of now. So we are going to run it in the post build action. Send build artifact over SSH. So whatever we have built is going to be transferred over SSH. So now we are using the Ansible server, and so we need to write the command here. So like the command is Ansible -playbook. This is the command name, and where our file is. So like it is source code slash playbook.yml, and okay. So this playbook file from of Ansible is going to execute, and so yeah, we are applying it, saving it, and now building it. So now we, as you can see, it is successfully built. So now we can check like what our objective was to put that file into our web server. So as you can see, index.html is now copied into the web server. Now we are going to check it. Like we are going to copy the public IPv4 address, pasting it here. So now whatever we have written, our file is now visible on the web server. So now coming back to the Jenkins. So now we need to configure our developer server. So we need to copy the public IP address, copy, paste, colors for white background, for SSH authentication. Yes, login as EC2 user. So now CDC. So we are working. We are using Git on our developer server. So for that we need to install Git. Now we need to clone our repository. So we write clone, and so we are going into the this is our repository. We are copying it, and need to paste it in the server. So it's gets copied, cloned. So now we have our demo repository. Going into the demo folder. So now checking what we have. We have a local file, index file. We are currently working on index file. So we are going to the index file. So sorry, this is index.html. Sorry, we have index.html. So we have opened this file. So we are now editing, making some visible changes. Right. Okay. So I'm saving it. Right. Just right. And now after this, we are going to commit this. Git commit -m f1. So we can give description of like name for the changes we have made. So the file name is index.html. HTML. So we need to run this command. We need to save. Now we need to push the commit which we have made. Git push version master. So before doing this, let me show you. As of now, we have 6 build. What we are going to do is see, we need to give username of our repository, password. Now clicking on enter. See, this is the pipeline which we have made. We have committed, and now it is building by itself. So this is the complete DevOps project which we have made. Just like what we are doing here. So first of all, let me refresh this. And yeah, so you can see the changes whatever we have made, and in the repository also the changes have been made. What we have actually implemented is that we have a developer and a Jenkins server and Ansible server and web server. So whatever the developer writes the code, it goes to the first of all we have the Jenkins server which copied the file to the Ansible server, which an Ansible server runs the file on web server. And so first of all we have done this, and so after at the last we have integrated developer also. So whatever code developer has written is going to the Jenkins server, and Jenkins server is copying that file to Ansible and copying that build whichever is building the code of the developer is going to the Ansible server with the help of Jenkins server. And now Ansible server contains the playbook file. So the playbook file copied the build, copied the file which comes from developer with the help through which comes via Jenkins to the Ansible server is going to the web server, and this is our web server which gets deployed. So I will show you once again, like in our I will make another changes and I will show you. So like this is our index.html file, and this is the HTML. This is the developer server. So whichever changes the developer is doing here, like two. Okay, so we are made changes here. Now we are committing it. Git commit. Sorry, let me change the commit version. We have to HTML. Now we need to copy this version. Commit. After commit, we need to push it, and so this push origin master. So now giving the credential for the repository. So now it will again deploy. See here. So it is basically deploying. So what we have made is like whichever code the developer made will be deployed till the end. We are showing a continuous integration and continuous development with the help of Jenkins, Ansible, and GitHub, and we are implemented that in AWS. So as you can see, this is change number 92. That's all from our side. Thank you.